Hello and welcome back. I'm J-Sillabub and this is Night in the Woods. It's a weird autumn edition it's called. I don't think I actually introduced it with the last video. But yes, anyway, so can't go this way for quite some time in the game. It'll unlock later. The other thing which, to my great shame, I only discovered very late in the game I could actually do is to climb on here, and then up on here, on there, and up onto the power cables. This makes a certain bit of the game a little bit more easily accessible, but we'll not just do that for now. Oh. There's the children that you see a couple of times and never again. Hello, neighbour. I think if you talk to this guy, he will appear later in the game for a bit. It's optional, but it's just nice to get him. Right, off we go. Into time. Oh, there's a little drawing of the time. Right. Selmers is a poet, and if you talk to her every day and get her to read you poems every time you see her, you can unlock something later on. So I don't think she's got any poems for me now. She's more bitter about that than she lets on at this point. There's that, I suppose. Scare him right in the kidney. Okay, so this particular neighbour you can talk to every day, but it doesn't really accomplish much. He'll just harangue you about being on his porch. But this guy is a former teacher of yours, and it's very worth talking to him. So Mr. Chazakov will look at the stars with you, which is a great thing to do for many reasons. Firstly, there are doodles attached to it, and therefore it's part of the Get All the Doodles achievement. There is also just an achievement for seeing all the constellations. It's a nice little extra bit in the game, and the music that plays while you're looking at the constellations is among my favourite pieces of music from this game. I'm just going to say at this point, I really, really love the soundtrack for this game. It is beautiful, and the music while you look at the constellations is gorgeous. So the power lines that I went on the previous screen lead through to here, which makes it a bit easier to get up there, but ooh, yeah. The other way you can get there is to do the triple jump, so to boing, and then you get up there. Come up here just because if you keep checking this statue, 3 times you have to check it. Yes. B has this dude right outside our window. Constantly. Arnold Stalker bomb. And then you get this little comic, which delights me. It's so funny. Hello B, did you get my text? Okay. It's not here right now, but you can come up here and sometimes there's laundry on there, and you'll get another sketch for checking the laundry. The reason why you'd want to come up here is because if you jump down here, and then down here, this is where Mr. Chazakov will be with his telescope, and that's how you get access to him. Little Joe is the local ghost. An awful lot of this is May trying to be like, hello fellow children, and then being like, go away. Right, I don't think talking to this guy achieves anything. I ended up talking to him every time I saw him. but I don't think it actually gets you anything in the same way that talking to the neighbour does. I like the term zombie resume. It's dead but somehow still going all over the place. It's a good term. Don't like what it implies, but yeah. It's a nice turn of phrase. So one of the things that you get from playing this is there's a small town which is in a gradual decline, and there's an awful lot of hardship going around. Things gradually closing down, stuff always that needs construction. You'll be able to access the church a bit later in the game, but checking that does get you a doodle. There's also, sort of things about clinging to tradition. There's a lot of kind of nostalgia for, the way things used to be. A lot of it is actually quite contemporary in terms of its themes. So I'm going to deny that I'm a thief, knowing full well that in order to get something later in the game, I'm going to steal from this guy like 3 days. 3 days in a row I'm going to steal from this guy. Yeah, can't do anything with it yet, but yeah, later on you'll be able to steal those for the purposes of unlocking some stuff. Greetings, my fellow children. Yeah, the mural of the guys, you see some people later on talking about how it's of historical note and arguments about what to do with this particular space. Like I say, it's a lot of... If you grow up in a small town, I suspect probably, in particular if you grew up in a small town in America, there's a lot of this that is very familiar. I didn't grow up in a small town in America, but I did grow up in a small town, and so there's stuff in this that I kind of recognise. People talking about their job, but again it doesn't really achieve anything. The old pickaxe, I'll be spending a lot of time in there, but I can't at the moment. And this is Laurie. She is worth talking to. Again, there is an achievement attached to it, and you can get doodles from her. She won't say anything else right now, but I'll catch up with her later. Oh, another doodle. Yeah, just from running past there. Anselm. Yeah, the number of war memorials I think is another sort of, small town thing. Party barn is where we have band practice. I can only go in there when someone else says, hey, it's time for band practice, so let's just ignore that for now. The video outpost 2, again, I can go in there. I can check it now, but I can go in there later because there's one of the other main characters I need to speak to. The pasta place, which closes. Spoiler. That walkway that I went into with the teenagers comes out here, so it's a fast way across town, but to be honest I have very rarely used it as a shortcut because there are things that you can do at street level and there's very little to do in there. You can't talk to these guys, but you can listen to their conversation, which is mostly about the Smelters, the local football team I assume. They will always be like, go Smelters! Alright, I'm gonna go in the Snack Falcon in a sec, but first of all, just gonna wander out this way. So, it's the diner there. You can, later in the game, go out past here. That's where the food donkey is, but there is no reason to go out there right now, so I will not allow you to do it. So, let's just go to the Snack Falcon. Talk to Greg, the hyperactive fox or squirrel. I'm not sure what he's meant to be. Because he looks like a fox, but there's a thing that happens in the game that makes me think he's meant to be a squirrel. Anyway. He is very hyper. This is also their thing. Too bad something terrible didn't happen to you. Right, time for band practice. Okay. And then we get a little sketch of Greg. Greg, I don't know if May draws these or if Greg draws these for her, but yeah. There's Angus, who is Greg's boyfriend. You need a lot of parties to keep a barn running. It's true. And B is the fourth member of the group. She and I have a rocky relationship at the start, but I'm going to play through the game in a way that improves our relationship, so yeah. I actually feel a little bit sorry for B, because May is a lot of work. I say as someone who is playing as May. Right, first song. Really like this song, actually. Come with me, let's die anywhere else. Anywhere, just not here. Oh no. Just wanna die anywhere else. Only I could die anywhere else. So come with me, let's die anywhere else. Anywhere, just not here. Oops. just not here. Oh no. I have never gotten perfect on that song. I've played it many, many times, but it trips me up a lot. Mostly because I think I get distracted by trying to sing it. Pizza. Okay, so there's a weird achievement here. What I have to do is wait until someone puts crust back and then take that. Should get him to explain the pizza scale. You get the sketch regardless, but okay, Angus has trouble getting to the pizza, so just let him have that. And grab the other crust. This should unlock the... There's an achievement for eating the crusts. Okay, so quick chat about what we're all doing with our lives now. The band never plays live. Lord of the Snack Falcons. B is really bitter about not getting to go to college. This will come out later. There's nothing you can say that is not going to piss her off at this point. Yep, that's an arm. Right. There's a cockroach going to run around on here, and there's an achievement for squishing it. It's really hard to do, so I'm not going to attempt it. Because there is a more important thing to do with this. So... poke the arm. Yeah, there's a cockroach. You can squish it with the stick, but it's hard. Yep. They're revealing that. Basically, there's a time limit. If you don't squish the cockroach in time, then like your aunt will show up, and then that's that locked out. But yes. Okay. B will in fact drive me partway home and then kick me out of the car. Also pity B, she must have a really painful neck. Yep, there we go. Alright, so sketches. We've got Greg's pizza scale there. The arm. If you don't reveal the tattoo, then you miss that bit of the sketch, but you'll get the rest of it. But yeah, you need to get that bit. And that's the art you get for playing the bass well. There's an achievement for playing all. There are 3 songs. There's an achievement for playing them all and getting the good sketch like that, and then there's an achievement for getting all the bad sketches, which is obviously much easier to do. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's new. Nope. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. Not much else I need to. Oh, yeah, sod it. Not much else I need to do. So, talk to my dad briefly. Okay. Get a little bit of an extra sketch on there for talking to him. Yeah, just tell him about the arm quickly. I poked it with a stick! Don't poke dead body parts. Right. There's nothing else to do. Upstairs. Double check the bookcase. Nope, okay. Right. Upstairs and bedtime. Yes, bedtime. Okay. And now that really is time to stop. Okay. And time to wake up, May. Ah, yes. The computer. Yep. What have you been doing on your computer, May? Okay, let's come out of that. Right, now I'm going to stop, and when I come back I'm going to get my computer fixed. See you soon!